Have you felt frustrated because your favorite throw doesn't work anymore? In drills, it looks perfect, but the moment you try Randori or real match, your opponent broke it every single time. You step in for your throw, and they already know what's coming. It's not because your technique is bad. It's because you are trying to throw without understanding how your opponent reacts. In judo, reaction is everything. Once you learn to read and use it, your throw becomes unstoppable. Every judoka has a favorite throw. Uchimata, Osotogari, maybe Seoinage. It's the one technique you feel most confident with, the one you always go back to. But no matter how many times you practice it, it doesn't always work in real fight. Because judo is not like kata. Your opponent is alive, moving, resisting, reacting. When I was younger, and even now, my favorite throw is Uchimata. I use it all the time and people start to study it. They watch my movement, my timing, even how I lift my leg. And then they begin blocking it perfectly. I try to force it and I end up getting countered. That's when I realized something. To make your favorite throw work, you need another throw that works with it. So in today's video, I'll show you how to use your opponent's reaction to build small, powerful system around your favorite throw. By the end, you'll understand how to read reaction and throw smarter and not harder. Most people think, if I just practice my Uchimata or Osotogari more, it will eventually work. But in Randori, your opponent isn't standing still. They're reading your body, your rhythm, your setup. They're reacting the moment you move. That's why no matter how clean your technique looks in drills, it won't land if your opponent is already reacting correctly. So instead of focusing only on the throw itself, you need to start focusing on the reaction your movement creates. Your goal is to provoke the reaction and then capitalize on it. Let me give you a concrete example. My main throw is Uchimata. Every time I lift my right leg, most opponents bend their knee and drop their weight, trying to block my leg from entering between theirs. That's a natural defensive reaction. But here's what I realized. When they bend their leg, they shift their weight backward, and the front of their foot becomes light. That's my signal. They are ready to defend Uchimata, but they are completely open for the Ashi Barai. So instead of focusing Uchimata into their defense, I simply switch and sweep their foot backward. Now, if my opponent doesn't bend their leg and they don't react, that means the space between their legs is open. That's when I go straight for Uchimata. See how it works? You're not deciding the throw before you move, you're deciding after you see the reaction. That's what separates average judoka from great judoka. The best judokas don't guess, they see. So how do you build this skill? You need to practice reaction-based drills. Next time you do uchikomi, don't just repeat your throw blindly. Instead, make your first movement, like lifting your leg for Uchimata, and pay attention. What does your partner do? Do they bend their leg? Do they shift weight? Do they lean forward? From there, respond instantly with the correct option. If they block your Uchimata by bending, go to the Ashi Barai. If they don't react, go for Uchimata. If they lean forward, maybe switch to Tani Otoshi. Here's a simple drill. Set a timer for 1 minute. Your partner's job is to randomly give different reaction, bend, stay natural, or lean. Your job is to react instantly with the correct throw. Repeat this every session. Soon, it becomes instinct. You stop forcing throws that don't fit, and start choosing the one the opponent gives you. It's not just about Uchimata. Try this with your own favorite throw. If you like a Seoinage and your opponents defend by pulling their hip back, Kochigari might work perfectly. If you like Osotogari and your opponents avoid by stepping back, Uchigari could be the answer. Explore different actions and discover what works best for you. Once you start training this way, you realize that judo is not about correcting more techniques. It's about understanding situations. You don't need 20 different throws. You need 1 or 2 strong ones and another technique that works when your opponents react. Top-level judoka like Maruyama and Ono do the same. They always have follow-up option based on reaction. When the opponent defends their Uchimata, they switch to Tomoe-nage or another counter technique. That's how they stay one step ahead. You can do the same. Start by choosing one favorite throw, study how your opponent reacts, and then create one or two follow-up throws that directly use the reaction. That's your personal throwing system. Once you have it, your attack will always feel one step ahead. Even when your opponent knows what's coming, they can't stop it because you're using their own movement against them. Next time you practice, don't just do 100 uchikomi. Try this. Focus on one throw, one fake, and one reaction. Study how your opponents move. Build your own reaction-based combo. If you do this, your judo will feel completely different. You'll stop fighting against your opponents and start fighting with their reaction. If this video helps you understand how to use the reaction in judo, hit the like, subscribe to the channel, and tell me in the comment what your favorite throw is and what reaction you want to learn to use. Let's make your favorite throw unstoppable by turning your opponent's reaction into your best weapon.